Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. You know, just yesterday we were talking about the sorry state of affairs that Democrat shills are currently dealing with. As far as the eye can see, there's simply no good news anywhere. Meanwhile, across the street in MAGAtown, it's a party 24/7. And of course, given that environment, we were talking about how desperate these Democrats really are these days. Any little bit of data that isn't completely disastrous for Joe Biden is celebrated as the reason everything's just fine and Joe Biden's actually going to end up winning here. And any little bit of news that can be contorted or twisted, dishonestly formed into a weapon to attack Donald Trump, is of course immediately weaponized. And here we are today, that's exactly what Democrats are doing. Although, I think Democrats frankly might be getting played here. They've got their summer surprise, let's call it. Not exactly an October surprise, and really not exactly a surprise in general, but Democrats seem to think it's a real disqualifying clip. Donald Trump has been secretly recorded in a leaked video saying such awful, horrendous stuff. It's the end of his campaign, he's about to torpedo. Said literally no one with more than 2 working brain cells. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so Trump is done. The Democrats got him. Just like in 2016 when that Access Hollywood clip, we got another one. Here's a secret recording of President 45 in his natural habitat playing golf with his son.
You gave me so much. How did I do with the debate the other night?
Oh, amazing.
He kicked that old broken down pile of crap.
Yeah.
It's a bad guy. He just quit, you know. He's quitting the race.
Is that right?
Yep, I got him out of the race. And that means we have Kamala. I think she's going to be better. She's so bad. She's so pathetic.
It's so amazing.
It's just so fucking bad. So,
I just can't imagine.
but can you imagine that guy with dealing with Putin and the president of China, who's a fierce person? He's a fierce man, a very tough guy. And they see him. They can't. But they just announced he's probably quitting.
Good.
Okay?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Just keep knocking him out, right?
That's it.
Oh, the horror. My feelings, they're so offended. Yep, you can sense the sarcasm. This is the Democrats' little desperate play here to take down Trump post-debate. A clip that once again shows that the evil orange man is a very, very mean guy. That's your argument? That he speaks like a normal human being? And I guess most shockingly, that he tells the truth? The truth that Joe Biden is obviously done. The guy's a walking bag of bones. That's the shocking clip. That's the scandal. Democrats have reached next level desperation. This clip doesn't make Donald Trump look bad. This makes Trump look awesome. Most people probably watched that and laughed and agreed, which of course then reinforces the idea that Donald Trump is the one who's sane with his brain still working, and Joe Biden's obviously the deficient one. There's one guy with a 4 p.m. curfew who can't wipe his own butt. And then of course there's his opponent, still kicking around, still playing golf and talking smack like everybody else. If this is what the Democrats got, they've got nothing. I'm just not seeing the scandal. And of course, as per usual, Democrats are taking it there. They're suggesting that Donald Trump's a bad father. Look at how he's speaking in front of his son Barron. Again, just this cringe faux outrage and virtue signaling. You know, I don't know what world you leftoids live in, but that's just the real world. I'm not looking at this interaction with Trump and thinking, oh, how horrifying. I'm looking at the father-son dynamic and I'm thinking, you know, it reminds me of me and my dad. Newsflash to you stale as toast puritanical liberals, this is how people speak in the real world. This clip that you think makes Trump look so bad, I find, if anything, makes him more relatable. It's once again Trump the entertainer, Trump the comedian. Let me build on what I was mentioning earlier. Honestly, on this one, I think Democrats are getting played. I think this clip was made to look like a damning leaked video, spreading like wildfire online, and Democrats took the bait, hook, line, and sinker. They probably released this video on purpose. I mean, for Pete's sakes, Donald Trump's already dunking on these fools, not running away from it because it's a horrible scandal, but rather just reposting the video, specifically on the part where he hands the guy, I think, a $200 or $300 tip, and he writes on Truth Social, no tax on tips. Clearly not so worried about the language. I think the Trump campaign knows exactly what they're doing. They're watching these desperate Democrats, hungry for anything that even resembles good news or a scandal, and they're feeding them with bait. You know, again, Democrats make the same mistake. They treat Trump as if he's not Trump, as if he's another politician. politician. You know, another politician might be hurt from a clip like this. Trump? Of course not. Everybody looks at this and just says, it's classic Trump. So what? We already know what we're getting ourselves into. I don't see what the big deal is. They'll, of course, respond with something along the lines of, but did you hear what he said about Kamala Harris? How could he? To which I think the response from most people is, well, he's kind of got a point. Have you ever heard Kamala Harris speak?
When we talk about the children of the community, they are children of the community. Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time. We got to take this stuff seriously as you are, because you have been forced to have to take it seriously.
You know, I know you're offended and all, but he's kinda got a point. I honestly think this might have been a genius campaign play. The Trump team hasn't really been spending too much money lately. They're sitting on big fundraised bucks and just riding the wave right now as Joe Biden makes a fool of himself. They're saving money ahead of what's probably gonna be a huge campaign blitz, but also probably producing campaign value with these awesome little tricks here without having to spend a dime. It's genius, and now this clip has everybody talking. Is Joe Biden actually gonna step aside, as Donald Trump suggested in the clip? Now all of a sudden it's the hot topic. Everybody's got information about whether Joe's staying or not.
Hey everyone, I got some news on Joe Biden. I've been hearing that he's going to resign on Monday. The information I have is pretty reliable. Sure enough, the Biden people are putting out there and leaking that he's considering not running for president, stepping aside from the campaign. But given the reasons for him having to do that, his cognitive fitness, it stands to the reason he's going to have to leave the presidency as well. So we'll see what happens, but in the meantime, we should be asking tough questions of Vice President Harris and his cabinet about what they knew and when, about what everyone now knows is his remarkable cognitive challenges that it looks like to many Americans make him unfit to be president of the United States.
And with no money, the Trump campaign built a narrative. I think they created clear contrast here. You got old kooky Joe hitting golf balls backwards.
Did he hit it?
Bruh.
You got Joe stumbling all over himself during the debate, and then you got Donald Trump retreating to his personal golf course to laugh and joke about it. And now the whole country's talking about how horrible Kamala Harris is and how she's 11 points behind Trump in the latest JL Partners poll. He's once again dominating the news cycle like 2016. Again, like I keep saying, it feels so similar to back then. It almost feels as if for Donald Trump to work in the electoral setting, he needs to be in a position of challenging power. He needs to be the outsider, the underdog taking the machine. I think the Trump campaign is fully in element, and the left, well, they're being played like a bunch of fiddles. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.